Hari Om, friends. Welcome to our next lesson, the Bhagavad Gita. Let's start with our slow, deep breath. Hari Om Tat Sat. This is episode number 58, entitled, Arjuna is a white blood cell. We'll stick with what we started last week, the 31st verse of the second chapter. I'll read it to you. Furthermore, reflecting on your inner nature and outer responsibilities, you will find no reason to hesitate to go into battle. For Kshatriya, there is no greater good than to fight in a righteous war. According to Sanatana Dharma, what we now know as Hinduism, this world is nothing but an interplay of the gunas, the three qualities of nature. And people can be divided in general to these, what's called varnas, these categories, depending upon the portion of gunas within us. When tamas is predominant, that person will function best doing physical labor. And that person is known as a Sudra. When rajas surpasses tamas, then that person will be inclined to become a merchant or an entrepreneur. They'll have more desires, they'll want more money. Even white-collar workers like lawyers and doctors, if their main motive for their field is to acquire money, then they could be considered in this category called Vaishyas. When sattva begins to develop, but rajas is still predominant, then you have a natural enthusiasm to defend the weak and the poor from threats of aggression. If you haven't seen the film Just Mercy, you'll see a good example of a Kshatriya. That's this category. And when sattva predominates over rajas, and there's very little tamas, then that person is drawn wholeheartedly into the spiritual life, and they feel ready and enthusiastic also about sharing their path with others. The original intention of these divisions, before they became perverted and rigid and discriminatory, a caste system, was to support both the individual and society by having the person function based on their natural disposition and tendencies. So Krishna is calling upon Arjuna to recognize his Swadharma as a Kshatriya. In society, someone has to stand up against the adharmic, the negative forces, and defend what is right, and seeing that the rights of all are protected. And while most of us will be more worried about our own life, Kshatriya is made differently. They're ready to do whatever it takes, even to the point of their own giving up their own lives, in order to see that unrighteousness doesn't prevail. You could say that Kshatriyas are what the white blood cells are to the body, Kshatriyas are to society. They see what's harmful, and they do their best to protect society and its members. So a Kshatriya will naturally put the good of the whole over their own self-interest. They're made in such a way that they don't feel that this is even a sacrifice, though we call them heroes. The homework assignment could be, how would you assess the ratio of gunas within you? Then look at how you're expressing yourself in your life, and how aligned do you feel your work is with your assessment of the gunas. Thanks for joining. See you soon. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.